Okay, so dear students, we are beginning. And today, I'm sorry, is it possible for you to see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, great. So, today it is our third lecture and the second step in fundamentals of business analysis. Today we are speaking about the second type of analysis. This is connected with marketing analysis. Please don't mix this type of analysis with the previous one. Generally, if speaking about market analysis in that situation, actually you have to present your first task this week, but we will discuss these issues a little bit later at the beginning of the lecture. All issues connected with market analysis. Now I'd like only to compare these two types of analysis. I'm stressing that in previous type of analysis, you analyzed the industry for your enterprise, and actually it could be not for all enterprise, but maybe for some strategical business unit, as far as if your company is a diversified company. So I'm kindly remind you that we decided to take only some strategical business unit, only some direction of business activity. So in this very case, you are, in the situation of marketing analysis conducting, you are analyzing your company. So one more time, in market analysis, you analyzing external environment of your company, and here you are analyzing, okay, both internal environment of your company and external environment of your company, but only connected with your company. And speaking a little bit forward, your next task will be to conduct a marketing analysis for your company, which was chosen by you as an object of your research. Okay, let's begin. Actually, today I'm going only to remind you some key issues connected with marketing, because actually last semester you already had this course, and I'd like only to stress some key points of this course which must be included into business analysis of the company. I decided to begin, actually, no, not me, but generally, marketing analysis is the first type of analysis in any report, because it is the most important thing in the business, to find a customer, to find some need to be satisfied by your company, and to satisfy this need in the most efficient way. And you know that theoretically it is possible to organize any business even in Ukraine. Is it possible to produce generally anything in Ukraine? Yes. We had worse infrastructure compared with some European countries, but generally we have some we have energy supply, and so we have enough smart people. if we don't have, so it could be possible to invite some staff or to prepare, to educate this staff. So it's no problem to organize any production cycle, but only in the case if we have a customer for our final products or services. And what is the main instrument to find these customers? These actually, I would say, even little bit deeper, not customers, but needs to be satisfied by your company. Sure, the easiest, not the only instrument to find these stuff is marketing. It is the only way to find these answers. And thereafter, I decided to begin with the general definition of marketing. You know it from the course marketing, that marketing is the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirements and needs. And generally, I think you study marketing with the help of Philip Kotler, Fundamentals of Marketing. I think it was your like main book based for this course, but and you see that the definition a little bit different, but there are a lot of the same ideas, and we will discuss these ideas, this main idea, a little bit later in 1 minute. And general purposes of marketing is first attract new customers, and the second keep our current customers satisfied. Actually, some companies they misunderstood the situation, and generally I spoke with my friend who is head of some Ukrainian bank, and I occasionally saw the situation that he switched his staff satisfying from satisfying like current or old customers to searching new ones. And I said, okay, Dima, I think that you should keep your current customers, because if you lose them, your bank will be unprofitable. And the answer was that generally, you see, Pavel, that our motivation system is connected only with like attracting new customers. So I think it's a wrong decision, because if your customers are not satisfied, it is a big probability that they will decide to leave your company and to switch to another company. But generally, the main idea is that you have to take care about your current customers and your future customers, or attract future customers. Generally, if speaking about main steps of marketing, marketing is not my course. That's why I'd like to discuss these issues very briefly. So, as you might remember, that there were a lot of steps in the history of marketing, but the main difference between old concepts of marketing and the modern one is that now we have to find a need, and actually not a need, but maybe somebody can fix my mistake. We have to find not a need, but what? Okay, I will help you. What is the difference between need and demand? No answer. Okay. If somebody maybe watch this lecture in video form, please put pause and think about this. Generally, the main difference is that demand is equal to need plus money, which the customer agreed to pay for satisfying this very need. For example, if I'm thirsty but I don't have money to satisfy my need, I'm not interested for the company which producing I don't know, soda water, because yes, I'm thirsty, but they want to not to present me this water but to sell me this water. But in some context maybe I'm wrong a little bit when saying that marketing is connected only with needs. No, I would say marketing is connected with needs and demand. But in some cases, we can persuade our customers to pay for satisfying this very need. It is also part of marketing generally. And the old view on marketing was something like this: that we have to first of all, we have to produce some product, and then we have to think how to sell this product. And before producing, we have to think about our production cycle, we have to think about features of product, so on. But first to produce and then to sell. That's why old view on marketing is actually equal to selling some products. But nowadays you have to look at marketing as activity which must be begun from the searching needs and demand of our customers. So if we understand needs of our customers better than our rivals, and if it is possible for us to produce a product with some features which satisfy our their needs in the best way. In this very case, they will buy our product, our services, and we will be profitable. So it is the modern way of view at marketing. Generally, you can correct me a little bit that now we have to use not marketing theory but social marketing. It means that A product must be not only the best for satisfying of some need, but also this product must be the best one for the society. So, for example, if somebody likes smoking, but it kills, smoking kills he or her, so the company has to decrease this harm for personally to this person and generally for society. But anyway, first of all, the company has to find the need, and only then to produce the product. In the first situation, produce and then sell, and think how to sell, and in the second situation, firstly to understand what we need, and only what, not we, but what our market needs, and only then to produce these very product. Actually, when speaking about this chapter of business analysis report, it is quite easy, I would say not maybe easy, but it is convenient to use the concept of marketing mix. You know that marketing mix is 4P: product, price, place, and promotion. And these four variables, I would say even not variables, but groups of variables, must be described for creating marketing strategy. So it will be generally your task to create a chapter for your business analysis, and in this chapter you have to describe first of all product. When speaking, we will speak in details a little bit later in several minutes. So when describing product, you have to describe some characteristics of products, design, packaging, services. When speaking about price, you have to think about whether to use maybe some premium price, or whether to use some discount price. There are a lot of ways for creating price, but generally there are only two main points. Then a place. In this situation you have to think about the channels of distributions. So you have to think what intermediaries must be involved, or you want them to be involved in selling your products. And also in this part of report, it must be described your logistics system. And promotion, last but not least. Promotion means all activities connected with informing your customers, this possibility of buying your products or services, and persuading them to buy it generally. And actually, your chapter must contain these four sub-chapters: about product policy, about price policy, about place or about distribution strategy, and about promotion strategy. I'd like to stress it's very important that we in this generally in this course we are speaking only about the analysis stage. It means that I'm not asking you to think about the future. It is more difficult, more complicated. So you don't have to create a strategy. When we meet during our fourth course, we will speak about strategy for strategical business unit. Now you have only to analyze, and maybe actually when you have some task connected with strategic management in 2 years, maybe you want to take your business analysis made during this very course. Okay. First, product strategy. Generally, when you are analyzing a product, you have to describe characteristics of the product, and also what is maybe even more important, why these very characteristics are important for customers. I would say maybe important is a bad word. Okay, valuable for your customers. Why they want to purchase this very product? Because of its characteristics. And what characteristics are the most important ones? Okay. Then except the main characteristics, any product must be packed somehow. It must be sold under some brand with some label. So you have to describe these, and also you have to find a place for your company at market. So in your customer's view, in your customer's brain, your product must be separated from another products, from products of your competitors. So you must be sure that when looking at your products, your customers really realize these differences. And generally, I told you last time that nowadays there are practically no product for all segments of marketing. Usually there are some product for some customers. We can see this situation at any market, that there is no more like mass products which can satisfy the needs of all customers at some market. No more. So in your subchapter connected with product strategy, you have to describe these three main parts. And I'd like to add maybe a little bit to some part. You also remember from marketing course that some company use labels and brands, and some companies want not to use brand name, but they want to use just a company name, or even to produce some products without name, like no name products. I think this is the most important, the most important thing in your chapter, marketing chapter. You have to think before preparing this small piece of information why your product is better compared with the product of your customers, of your competitors, sorry. Only if you realize these benefits, you can say that, okay, you really have created this subchapter. Only after realizing the main benefits compared with your competitors, with your rivals. And just a small tip, what should be presented in your report. I kindly remind you that all your course paper after this course must be like a PPT file, like a presentation, and after every lecture you have to add the next chapter to your presentation. Okay, and if speaking about this chapter, I'd like to stress what must be mentioned. So, first of all, I decided to put this picture here because somebody from you, they took a diversified company, for example, somebody took bank, yes, it is activities connected with credits, with insurance, with informational technologies. So you have to take only one strategical business unit, in singular, and you have to say, okay, from now I'm analyzing only these activity of the company, only this. And actually also you have to do it before when speaking about market analysis, when speaking market and when analyzing the market, you have to analyze a market only for these product or these very service, not generally, because it's too complicated for you generally, and it takes a lot of time. And my task is not to, how to say, not to force you to do some difficult task, but just to explain what the structure of what should be done when you have to conduct this analysis in future for real company, for real situation. So you are selecting only one strategical business units. In simple words, only one direction of business activity, and when you will speak only about this activity. You will have to present some maybe a diagram of sales for these strategical business units, and when you have to prepare some, maybe something like that, something like pie diagram to explain what trademarks are connected with this direction. For example, if speaking about Procter & Gamble company, maybe you know that even if speaking about washing powders, they are producing washing powders in three main market niches. This is products for like top market, it is trademark Ariel. Tide, it is a trademark for middle part of the marketing, and Rex washing powder, it is a washing powder for lowest part of the market. So you have to create some like pie diagram. So here this is the I copied it from my student bachelor thesis. So she analyzed a big company, and one strategical business unit of this company was connected with publishing activities, and then she analyzed only these strategical business units. So you can see at this screen. So the company produced, maybe produces. Actually, I don't know, because this citation was 2 years ago. So some books, some textbooks, some informational literature, some laws in published form, something like that. And having prepared these, you have to describe your product generally, and what is the most important part of this subchapter, you have to do this. You have to understand the benefits of your product, and you can use something like this. You have to use some any kind of benchmarking. You have to compare your products with the products of your competitors with the help of analyzing different characteristics. Any product has a lot of characteristics. You have to take, I think, not less than four, and then you have to compare your products with the products or services of your main competitors. Actually, it's not your obligation to prepare a picture in such a form. No, I think it's a little bit more obvious, but you can use, for example, bar diagram. So you're welcome to use any type of diagram. I think it is a little bit more obvious if you use this type of diagram, but it's up for you to decide. The second characteristic, the second variable, which must be described in marketing analysis, is the price policy. Here is the general definition of price, that the price is what customer must give up to receive the product. So this is general, the money must be paid. And when speaking about this variable, you have to describe what is the price, the general price policy. Actually, there are some examples here, but from marketing course, you must remember that there are a lot of conceptions of price selecting, and generally you can describe any. You can describe any. Not you can describe any. You have to understand what policy is taken by your company. But here are the main examples. Place. It is also very important to understand how your company is selling goods or services. Actually, services must be sold only directly, and if speaking about products, you can use some intermediaries, or you can sell your products without intermediaries, or you can not you, but your company can use the mix strategy. For example, if speaking about Russian company, okay, they decided to use the mix distribution strategy. They are selling products via supermarkets and other shops, and also they have own net of shops. And generally, another examples I saw just yesterday in Facebook. I saw the advertising. One company, as far as I remember, okay, at the end of the lecture, I will open this site and I will show you. They are selling some sweets, also sweets, and they like this company, and it is rather difficult to buy these products. As far as I remember, the trademark is Solodky Sweet, something like that. And it is rather difficult for me to find these products because I don't know why. I have two supermarkets near my home, Silpo and ATB, and actually I like these sweets, but maybe not love. I'm not ready to find these sweets all over Kharkiv. But generally, it was advertising of this company in Facebook that I can buy these sweets directly from this company. They will send it to me, not to me personally, but to anybody who wants it via Nova Poshta. There is also an example of some of usage mix distribution strategy. When thinking about when describing these subchapter, you have to describe channels of distribution. Then you can compare these channels, and then you have to describe transportation. Maybe it could be done generally. It could be done generally, for example, whether to use your own logistics system or to buy the service from another company. And also you must describe the availability of your product. It means, as in my example, whether is it possible to buy it, for example, at any supermarket, if speaking about some sweets, or it is possible to buy it only in some selected shops. And also you have to analyze generally strategy of distribution. It means that all these stuff is somehow interconnected. For example, if speaking about sweets, okay, I should eat some chocolate maybe after this lecture, because I don't know why I'm always trying to speak about some sweets. Okay, if speaking about Russian company, for example, they you know that it is possible to buy some products only in their shops, only in their own shops, and this is a part of the strategy. So they want to invite more people into their own shops, and this is like a goal within a distribution strategy. And channels generally of distributions could be direct and indirect. It's rather obvious when it is indirect. We are inviting some intermediaries, and here at this very picture there are only one level, I mean speaking about indirect channels of distribution. So here is only one level of intermediaries, but it could be several levels of intermediaries. And also you have to describe this strategy. And the last but not least is promotion. In this part of your analysis, you have to describe how your company promote okay in not to use this word promote, how to this how your company informs your potential customers, and then how your company persuades your potential customers to buy your products or services. And generally, I'd like to stress that also it must be like a little bit maybe separated in your report, because any promotion is connected with two pieces of activities: informing and persuading. Informing and influencing and persuading, it is like two sides of one coin. And this is your next task, which must be presented in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you will present the second chapter. And now I will stop my video sharing, and we will discuss your tasks. Just a moment. Okay.